Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Dude, why are you sweating? What, are you nervous? I just got back from a run. Dude's totally nervous. Totally camera shy. I'm not nervous. I'm not look, dude, it was a long run. Okay, anyway. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about the War of 1812. I hope you are as excited as I am. Come along.
This is a very brief summary, touching base just on a few of the key points that took place during the War of 1812. So, first off, how did it start? One of the main causes was the British impressment of American sailors. The British Navy would force and capture American sailors and then bring them onto their own naval ships and force them to work on those ships. This angered all the Americans and led them to want to fight the British.
That's messed up.
And the Shawnee Native American tribe also had beef with the Americans. Their chief, as seen in this picture, Chief Tecumseh, during the Battle of Tippecanoe, which ended up being won by the Americans, following the battle, he ended up forming an alliance with the British to fight against the Americans in the War of 1812. Okay, the Battle of Tippecanoe was very important for the Native Americans and British joining forces, but also Tippecanoe, out of all the battles that took place in the war, is probably the most fun to say.
Tippy, tippy, tippy. Canoe, canoe, canoe.
Native Americans suffered an awful defeat to the Americans during what was the Battle of Thames. It's pronounced the Battle of Thames, but it's really Thames. I don't really get how that works. However, during this battle, Chief Tecumseh was killed.
I hear you, bro. It's kind of like that whole, Philadelphia thing, starting with the PH. I don't know why Philadelphia just can't start with an F. Battle of Thames. Psh.
As a part of British strategy during the War of 1812, they formed a blockade, which can be seen by all these really sweet ships that are forming outside of the border of the United States. This blockade prevented any American ships from leaving or coming back into the country.
Outtake. Let's run that back. I remember I once formed a blockade of my own. Remember the time that you tried to get in the house and I changed the locks? Yeah, good times. Definitely not good times.
The Battle of Washington, D.C. was a major victory by the British. During this battle, the British troops invaded both the White House and the Capitol building, burning down both of them. This battle is most notable for Dolly Madison, who was the First Lady of the United States at the time. She was in the White House, and as the White House was burning, she managed to save and preserve a number of important documents and important portraits that were in the White House at the time.
Dolly, huh? Why don't you name your daughter Dolly? Because I didn't want to name her Dolly, all right? Should have went with Dolly. Dolly King. Dolly, go to your room. Yeah, totally should have went with Dolly.
Following the loss in Washington, D.C., the Americans desperately needed to win the next battle, which was the Battle of Baltimore, most specifically at Fort McHenry. During this battle, Francis Scott Key,
Yeah, Frankie Scott Key. people named Francis sometimes go by Frank or Frankie.
who was detained on a British ship, ended up writing the Star Spangled Banner.
Frankie!
This would end up becoming our national anthem, written by Francis Scott Key.
You know, when I was like 11 or 12, I got grounded. I wrote a poem when I was locked in my room as well. It's not the national anthem, but I think it was pretty good. Yeah, it went like this. Roses are red, violets are blue. Ma, let me out. I need to eat food. It almost rhymes. Pretty good, right?
This is a picture of the signing of the Treaty of Ghent. The Treaty of Ghent is what ended up ending the War of 1812. Not much changed after the war. The only thing that changed is pretty much the British Navy would no longer impress American sailors anymore. If you're like me, the first thing that you notice when you're looking at this picture is the sweet shoes that all these guys have on in the picture. I tried to go on the GOAT to look for these kicks. However, I was unable to find them.
What's the matter? You never heard of the Air Gents before? Psh.
So war over, right? Wrong. The Battle of New Orleans actually ended up taking place after the Treaty of Ghent had already been signed.
What's the matter? Couldn't they just turn on the television? Watch a little Judge Judy or something? Maybe go outside? Shoot some hoops?
No, bro. Basketball wasn't invented until 1891, and there was definitely no television back then.
Now this is making so much more sense.
This battle ended up being an American victory, which was led by General Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson ended up becoming President of the United States, and we will be touching base on him later this year. One lasting result of the War of 1812 was a great sense of nationalism within the United States. Nationalism is pride in one's country. Oh, look at how these guys are dressed. Unbelievable.
The champs is here! USA, baby, with number one! Number one! Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, if you don't mind, please pound the like button and smash the subscribe button so that way you receive all notifications of when a new video is posted. Time out. I think you got that mixed up. Didn't you want them to smash the like button and then pound the subscribe button? We talked about this. God, he's annoying. Like and subscribe, people. Just like and subscribe. All right, have a great day. Hang on a second there, King. Don't go anywhere yet. Did you make the video at least 10 minutes so we could get the advertising? What about all those pictures, huh? Last thing in the world I need to do is be copyrighted. Oh boy, you better not make the same mistake on the Louisiana Purchase. Like and subscribe, people.